What up, y'all? Let's get it poppin'. Another Wednesday night. You know how we do. Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's the Boys Club. Rich Dollar, Sean Prez. The realest relationship conversation on the internet. We get it popping every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. Chanel, what up? Cuzzo, what's happening? So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna wait for Sean Prez to log in so we can get this thing started. It's gonna be a good night tonight. Let's have a good time. If y'all want to get into the conversation, we usually open up phone lines around 8 p.m. and we're ready. So I think I just seen Sean join. We can go. I'm trying to fit myself in this camera. I'm getting too big. I can't even fit in the camera. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I'm getting too big. I don't even fit in the camera no more.
Look at this guy.
Sean, what up?
What up, Rich? What up, son?
Ain't nothing. Ran into a bunch of your ex bad boy comrades last night.
My ex bad boy comrades.
Yes, sir. They sipping on some commission.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go. And pay attention to that word, ladies. In a minute, everybody gonna know about that commission. But
coming soon.
Coming soon. TBD. Commission.
That's it.
Okay, Rich, stop playing around. For everybody, it's Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rich Dollar, Sean Prez. We are the Boys Club, and this is just a very, very in-depth, very fun relationship talk between men. And this is coming from the mind of the man. So if you're trying to learn about your man, if you really don't understand men and you don't have a man, this is the conversation you need to be paying attention to. All right, Rich, I got to get into it. You sent me something right before the show. Mm-hmm. So we're going to start off there. Larsa Pippen. Yo, first and foremost, Scottie Pippen is having like the worst year ever. Like this brother is not having a good year. But it comes out today that Larsa Pippen is going to get half of this man's NBA retirement for life. What's your thoughts?
First of all, I don't know. I'm a little bit disgusted with Scottie Pippen, quite frankly, because he put himself in this position. He should have been papered up. He had agents. He had people in his corner. He was not coming into this whole basketball world, not oblivious to how this whole thing worked, right? I'm more disgusted with the NBA. Like, they did a settlement already. Like, she got money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now for her to get half of his NBA pension and all of that stuff is disgusting. My thing is this, from a bigger scale, any man who has anything to lose, why would you ever want to get married? Like if this is the outcome of your wife running around with Future, running around with Malik Beasley, running around with Michael Jordan, your ex fucking head honcho's son. Like if this is the outcome of her doing these things, and those are just the three that we know most recent. There was more. If this is the outcome of that, bro, how could any man with anything tangible that can be taken want to get married? And then you people act like, yo, why do men act like this? Like, the way life works in today's age, it's like you are preparing for war in times of peace with the videos and the text messages. Like, I'm looking at Zion Williamson. Like at one point, him and that girl were friends. Like at one point, him and that girl, people move on. But now he's getting bombarded by this girl for like 96 hours to the point where the social media had to ban her from texting because she was like leaking sex tapes and all this shit. The way the world works right now, like, why would any man with anything to give, with anything to lose, want to be put in a position where he could ultimately end up like these guys? Scottie Pippen is about to give this woman half of his NBA pension for the rest of her life. His whole son is in the NBA. Like, it's not even like these kids are young. It's not even like there wasn't a settlement already handled. It wasn't like there wasn't already a divorce and all that stuff years ago. Like, this is insane to me, bro. But this is the world we live in. And when men come into relationships with something, you have to protect your assets. You have to protect your assets. And if we're protecting your assets mean you can't get married, like even a prenup, like somebody just wrote a prenup. Think back to Dr. Dre. He had one of those. And still gave that lady like damn near, I don't know what, $500, $600, $700 million? Like, this shit is getting to the point where it's crazy. But then you look at the Maori girl just got divorced, and he got custody of the children. And the dude that she was married to was like, yo, I don't want nothing from her. I don't want nothing from her. As a man, I don't feel like a man if I take something from a woman, if a woman takes care of me. I can't go back into that. But these, like, yo, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know, like, this shit had me so disgusted, Sean. I was like, yo, bro, this is Richie D, nigga. My name might as well be Ray Caruth. Dead ass. Like you can't walk this civilization, fucking Michael Jordan's son, all over the gloves, disrespecting me every opportunity you get, basketball wives and everything else, and then I gotta look up and you're getting half my NBA pension. Like, bitch, you wasn't like Drake. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Like, how is this even possible in this day and age? Like, this woman is out there making a living for herself. She's on all the fucking, actually, she's probably more popular than Scottie Pippen right now. But the reason she's able to do all those things is because she doesn't have to work. She doesn't have to worry. She doesn't have to do anything for herself. She is just living off the hog for the rest of her life. And that, to me, is the most insane thing in the whole wide world. It's insane, bro. And y'all can call me what you want to say, what you want to say. If a woman out there is looking at this and you don't empathize with that man under these circumstances, then you, my friend, are the devil. Because man, woman, transsexual, homosexual, whatever you are, I don't give a fuck if you identify as a goddamn goat. You should understand that this is wrong on so many fucking levels. This is so wrong on so many levels. It's why would a man of any stature, of any kind of like substance want to subject himself to this? Why? And then don't tell me prenup, because I can run down a list of niggas who have prenups. Like Eddie Murphy's back in court. Like we spoke about him recently when he was back in court and up the ante. Like as if what he was doing already wasn't enough. Dr. Dre, same thing. Now I know there might have been some spousal shit over there, but like how much money is enough? Like how much money am I supposed to give you? How easy am I supposed to make your life moving forward without me? How much can I allow you to run around with my ex-teammate's son and embarrass me and disrespect me and make me look fucking absolutely nuts every opportunity you get? And then I still gotta wake up in the morning and look at my bank account and see that half of my shit was sent to you. Man, this can't be life, bro. This can't be life, bro. I'm done. I did my rant. I'm done.
That was a short rant tonight, Rich. I expected you for at least 10 more minutes.
I can go for another. I can go until 10. I can go till we log off. The shit is driving me crazy, man. Just to even think about this is driving me crazy. And I'm like, I don't even know Scottie Pippen from a hole in the wall. I don't know that nigga. Like, he don't put no money in my bank. He ain't paid a fucking phone bill, a light bill, nothing. He ain't bought me a fucking hot dog. But just because we're men of substance and we actually have something, like, what would be my motivation? Like, what? And I'm sure that this type of shit has probably been happening forever. But the internet just makes it so visible for everybody to see. Just every day, we watch another nigga get fucked. Every single day, we watch another nigga get fucked. It's because it's the internet and social media and everything is right before us. It's right in our face. We see it. Like 10, 15, 20 years ago, we don't hear about this. And if you saw it in the grocery store on the fucking Inquirer, you'd walk by that shit and be like, oh, that's some bullshit. They lying. But this is fucking life. And every day, a story comes across your fucking desk or my DMs or my posts or my Explorer page, and every single day we watch another dude get habitually smashed in his ass. Like we visibly see this shit daily. This woman has been with everybody, stemming back years. Like I'm talking about pre-Future, pre-Malik, pre-Jordan. This girl has been running around, running amok forever, with no repercussions, and all she gets is this is the prize. But bigger than that, Sean, where I didn't want to go, bigger than that, people see it and they aspire to it. So now, not only are we watching dudes get fucked, but women are getting fucked. You're getting mind fucked. Because now you're looking at that and you're like, well, shit. Why not me? Why not me? This becomes the mentality, my friend. This becomes the mentality of people. And I'm not saying all women, because of course there's going to be women out there who are like, I want to work for mine. I want to do my own thing. I want to be an honorable, stand-up fucking human being, and I would never do my man like that. But there are women out there right now who are watching this shit, and they're like, oh, nigga, I know exactly what to do to not ever have to do anything of substance in my life. I know exactly what to do to go out there and shit on a nigga. This is the blueprint. Every day you wake up and there's another blueprint. There's another blueprint of how to fuck a nigga. And then we wonder why relationships are transactional. People do the things that they do. Women do the things that they do. Men lead how they lead. Nobody's staying married. Fucking you're dating somebody, and the shit that happens within the confines of your home is not even freaking it's not even like off limits. We watch it every single day. We watch porn stars turn on basketball players because they found a new girlfriend and are having a baby and are essentially moving on with their happiness. We watch Larsa Pippen run amok for years, and she's rewarded with hundreds of millions of dollars. This got a net worth, and I can't even imagine what she's ever done in life. I can't imagine what she's ever done in life other than lay down with somebody, have some babies, and be in the right position at the right time to be able to fuck her guy, to fuck over her guy. Not physically fuck, but fuck over her guy. And we wonder why relationships are doomed. And we wonder why this is what life has become. It's because this shit becomes goals. It used to be relationships goals. You looked at your grandmother and your grandfather, and you was like, yo, that's goals. They've been together forever. Civil rights movement, Reconstruction, all, you know what I'm saying? Like they was in the trenches fighting. They marched Selma. They like, that's the shit when we looked at our grandparents and was like, yo, this is so crazy how they've been together through all the craziness and all the stuff that happened in life. Now, goals is Larsa Pippen and Brittany Renner and name them, Dr. Dre's wife and the porn star who was fucking with old boy, because we've essentially made her famous. Now, she was a porn star, and I'm sure she had a base of people that fuck with her because she's a porn star, and everybody has a favorite porn star, right? But she's nowhere near who she is now. It's like she's a household name. Like she's a real person. Like the NBA is like, oh, we know her. This old white Silverman is sitting somewhere in the high NBA office and was like, yo, we know her. Oh, we know exactly who that is. Niggas is literally teaching classes about how to avoid Brittany Renners of the world. Like this is what, and then, but the reason that you have to even have these classes is because this has become goals. And women have been doing this forever, but we didn't see it the way we see it now. Every single day. I could literally hit you every single day with another scenario in which somebody did this. Somebody did something that was going to set us back years. Every single day, we can wake up and look at the internet and say, this is another reason why relationships are never going to prosper. This is another reason why motherfuckers will never, ever let their guard down. This is another reason why a motherfucker shouldn't let their guard down. So now you're going into relationships with a mindset, I'm not going to be Scottie Pippen. You see, Cam, the post I sent you was actually a joke. As real as it was, but Cameron was like, yo, this nigga Scottie Pippen got on the black Air Force Ones. He ready for war. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's a joke. We make a joke of it, but it really isn't a joke. It really is serious activity. It really is very, very serious shit. That you have to almost go into relationships with the mindset that I have to protect myself from you because at some point this is going to go left and I have to be protected when it does. Now, if that's your mindset going into a relationship, how in the world is that relationship destined for anything but failure? There's no way that relationship can be destined for anything but fucking failure if you're going into the relationship and you're thinking that at any given moment, this shit is going to go left and I'm going to be fucked as a man. Because you women, be clear, y'all ain't Oprah. You ain't Mariah Carey, you ain't Oprah Winfrey, you ain't Halle Berry, you don't have 30 years of movies under your belt, you don't got that dough. You safe out here. For the most part, you safe out here. Very rarely are you going to hear about a guy who's taking his old lady to court. And I guarantee you that the people on this podcast, y'all ain't them. Y'all ain't them. And I'm just calling a spade a spade. But there's an average Joe man right now who's going to get caught up in everything being relative. He's going to be giving away what Scottie Pippen is giving away. Everything being relative. So if Scottie Pippen got 50 million, he got to come off 25, and I got 200,000, and I got to come off 1. If I got 50 and I got to come off 25, that's crazy. And women are watching this every single day, and they're looking at this shit, and they're thinking to themselves, this is my come up. And if you sit here and you tell me you're not, you're welcome to hit the plus button in the fucking camera, and we can discuss later on tonight. But I guarantee you, because I know women who I have spoken to and was like, shit, how do you even, like, as a woman, what do you think? What? She deserved that. She deserved that. She deserved what? She deserved that man pension so she could run around and fuck every other athlete without a care in the world, or every other rapper, or every every nigga's son, anybody high profile that can keep her on that stupid ass show every Monday night on MTV. That's really what this is all about, as far as I'm concerned. She just wants to remain relevant, but she's able to do so at his expense. And that's not fair, bro. That's not fair. It's not fair, Sean. It's not fair.
Okay, got any more?
Nah, I'm good.
Or we good?
I was good. I was good a minute ago. You coerced me into that extra part.
Yeah, we got 20 straight minutes of Rich Dollars ranting, like literally 20 joints. All right, I don't know, Rich. I don't see it as cut and dry as you do. And I'm gonna tell you why. Now, this is where the boys club gets very interested when we don't see eye to eye. Do I think that she's entitled to this man's pension for the remainder of her days? Absolutely not. Do I think that she's entitled to his pension for a period of time? Sure, I do. And I'm gonna tell you why. She married this man when she was 23. Scotty is 9 years older than her. She gave this man 4 kids. She was with him for 23 straight years. According to her, she had sex 4 times a night, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But here's why I say I do believe she's entitled to something. What that something is, I don't know. What that something isn't, I do know. I don't think that she should be entitled to his pension for the remainder of her days when she is literally a young woman who is still working and able to earn a living and a pension on her own. So it's unfortunate that their institution, their marriage did not last, but she should benefit. So that's number one. You talk about her running amok, which she has. She has slept with every young nigga in the NBA. She slept with Future, and God knows whoever else we don't know about that hasn't made the shade room. But I never heard none of that when they was married. She's a smut. She is. She is a whole smut. But when they was married, I never heard a word about Larsa Pippen stepping out on Scotty. And for all I know, he was the one banging every chick he could in every city he visited. We don't know because we were not in their relationship. Is she 100% a scorned woman? Yes. Is she 100% humiliating this man? Yes. Is she 100% doing some of the foulest stuff on earth? And you have grown children who can look at your lifestyle right now and see that you are nowhere near the type of woman I would ever want to marry and be a mother to my child, even though you are a mother to me. All of that is true. But half of her life, legitimately, she spent with this man. What that dollar figure adds up to, I don't know. I can't tell you. Me and you are 100% on the same page. When Eddie Murphy has a fling with Mel B, they have a child, and he has to pay $30,000 a month. The child turns 15, she runs back to the court, and it's up to $50,000 a month for the next 3 years. Me and you, we right here on it. It's disgusting. Ain't no child on planet Earth need $30,000, let alone $50,000 a month. No child. I'm with you on that. Because the Mowry, who we talking about? Tia Mowry, she broke up with her husband. Same laws apply. He chose to be a man. I salute him and I applaud him for that. But a lot of times these men, they give in to public scrutiny because the press, the media, be like, how dare you take from what was good for the goose is good for the gander. It might not look good. You might look like the worst dude on the planet, but if she the breadwinner, you entitled to it. Take advantage of it. It's interesting that Mel B took $30,000 from Eddie a month But when her and her husband, I think his name is Stephen Belafonte, broke up, she shamed him into not taking a dime from her. And she was the breadwinner. On America's Got Talent or whatever, with an X Factor or whatever she was on, in addition to the $30,000 she was getting from Eddie a month. And he walked away for nothing else than public scrutiny. He's an idiot, not her. He's an idiot. But I don't know that that when somebody is with somebody for damn near a quarter of a century, that they are not entitled to something substantial. She might not have been shooting with Scotty in the gym, but she held that man down for a quarter of a century. That's got to amount to something. And granted, she did what she was supposed to do. She went out there, she built a career, she's making money. That should be factored in with the courts. It should be, in terms of her settlement, in terms of his pension, it should be. But is she entitled to something? I think she is. I don't particularly like this woman. I don't like the way she moves, but I don't think she should just be asked out. Just
you think that she didn't already get a bag after the initial?
I don't know, Rich. I don't know. I'm only speaking about her with the.
If she got a bag, if she got an original bag, because you don't get your NBA pension till you turn 45, I think Perk told me. So you don't get your money till you turn 45.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that when they, if she got nothing, which I know is not true, then I say, okay, yeah, you got to give us something. You got to give us something. I'm under the impression laws of pimping got paid already. This is another payday.
But Scotty don't seem like he got his business together, Rich. You seen The Last Dance just like I did. Mm-hmm. Scotty didn't have his business together when he was playing, and I don't know that he had his business together with this woman. So if they didn't, and here's the deal, Rich, maybe this was already pre-negotiated once they got their divorce finalized. Maybe it's just his pension has kicked in now and she's getting half. But it was already worked out from the day. I don't think she went back to court to get a piece of his pension. It don't work like that. So I don't know, but do I think that woman, I'm not gonna call her a horrible woman. I'm gonna say she's a horrible mother. She's a horrible ex-wife, and she's definitely a sewer rat smut. She's terrible. But I ain't never heard of that woman sleeping around on this man when they was married, and that means something.
Okay, well, I agree to disagree, because I can't imagine that, like, just even looking up and still seeing this woman as part of my life would destroy me. It would drive me crazy.
It would destroy me. It would. See the way this woman is running amok. If I had to pay that money, don't think for 1 second I'm speaking and condoning this. It would kill me if that was my baby mother. If that was my ex-wife. She still carries my last name. What she does reflects on me. But truth of the matter is, if she really did hold this man down for 23 years married, and God knows how many years they dated before they got married. She was married at 23. For God's sakes, the woman deserves something. And you can't disagree with that. But I want to move on because
I absolutely do not disagree with that. I'm a firm believer in being fair. Being fair, being honest, and being forthright. I don't believe in all the nonsense and all the games and all the disrespect. To me, all of that shit should be taken into consideration. Just like if you go in fucking court and the motherfuckers pull up a record and you got a record a mile long, that's going to have a contingency on how you are treated. But because
that is true,
people like, I just have a real problem, bro. Like we're here right now on the internet. Like we're literally on the internet, and I hate this place. I hate it here. I hate the
Well,
internet.
no, hold your thought, Rich, because we passed the 8 o'clock hour.
Oh,
You went on a major diatribe. We got a lot to talk about. Let's segue from the internet and social media. All right. Yesterday, Kamora Lee Simmons. Was yesterday Father's Day? When was Father's
Sunday.
Day? So the day after
It's okay
Father's
not to
Day.
remember. It's okay not to remember. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. We already know exactly. The day after Father's Day, Kamora Lee Simmons did something I never thought Kamora Lee Simmons would ever do. She went on social media and she publicly ran a train, a bus, a freaking building over Russell Simmons. To add insult to injury, his oldest daughter jumped in the mix and gave her 2 cents. The question is social media the death of relation? Is it did Russell deserve that? Is social media the death of freaking relationships? Does anything stay quiet anymore?
No. Nothing. Okay. Nothing stays quiet anymore. Because this is everybody's outlet. So it's almost like if I call Russell and he's living in fucking Timbuktu somewhere doing yoga, and I can't get him on the phone and it angers me, my outlet is to go on social media. My outlet is to vent on social media. My outlet is to expose him on social media. I'm not saying he's right or wrong in this instance because, quite frankly, just based on what we saw, he looks pretty bad, right? Like, we agree he looks pretty bad. But what I will say is this. I've told people this all the time. I've said this on this show before, that if, in fact, you take your business to the streets, you are now letting the world in. And God forbid you be a celebrity or a person with a lot of followers or something. So now you're just letting all kinds of strangers into your life. You're letting all kinds of strangers voice opinions. Those opinions, if you felt strongly enough to go to social media with said beef, you will feel just as you will be reading these, put it like this, you'll be reading the comments as well. So now you're getting every single comment, you're getting every single person coming to you with an opinion, people who don't give a shit about you, people who are really just looking at you as entertainment for the day, and you are allowing these people into the innermost secrets of your life, into your home, and the energy is always negative. It always negative will always override the positivity of social media, because positivity doesn't get the good, it doesn't get the clout, it doesn't get the views and the likes and the comments. Negativity does. I tell people, like, this is the problem with reality television, which is like a microcosm. You go on there, your man get caught cheating, you're willing to take this nigga back, but he got caught cheating on TV. So now, not only do you want to take him back, but you can't, because now the world's looking at you. So now you got to show out for the world. You don't want to be weak. You don't want to be a sucker. You don't want to be this. You don't want to be that. But the reality is, you put this out there for the world to see, for you to now have to deal with everything everybody has to say, which will absolutely contribute to the decision you make moving forward. What Kamora did yesterday, I'm going to go complete opposite of where I just went with the first segment, because it's been years. She's been quiet for a long time about all of this stuff and what's going on in their life. Nobody really knew. We knew what Russ was, we knew he was in trouble and what he was in trouble for, but that had nothing to do with her. She done been with the African dude from the gold mines of Africa, digging up gold with Leonardo DiCaprio. She's been married to that nigga for a whole billion years. She must have been at wit's end. For her to finally do what she did, she must have been at wit's end. So for that, I will always say it's better to keep your shit to yourself. But under these circumstances, I imagine, because she's not messy and has never been messy, I imagine that she is like, yo, I'm at wit's end. Fuck him. I don't even want to protect this nigga no more. I don't even want him to even be looked at in a positive light. I don't even want y'all to even have a smidgen of sympathy for this dude. I am about to blast his ass off, and then my daughter's gonna chime in because we all been sitting around in this house feeling the same way for the same amount of time, and we are sick of it, and we are not allowing this and tolerating this shit no more. So here we go. And once we do this, we understand that there's no coming back. Because after all this time, I'm sure there were measures taken to try to get this rectified. But here we are. It's never going to get better. I'm going on the meet. I'm going to tear your ass up, and I'm moving on. And that's where she has to be. That's where she has to be with it. And the kids honestly have to be there too, because they went in, bro. Like, I don't know if there's like, you want to talk about the habitual line crosses. They crossed them lines yesterday, like, or Monday, whatever it was. It was bad. And I don't know that you come back from that if your daughter does that to you, or your wife, or your ex-wife does that to you. I don't know that you can never come back from that. Because now, what do I say? I was just mad. Like, that's not something you just say. Like, a drunk mouth speaks a sober mind. Like, when you're in that fit of anger, the shit that you're saying is, you just aren't holding back. You aren't worried about crossing lines. You just are destroying, but you're really destroying from a perspective that this is what I really feel. And I've always felt like this, and now I'm expressing it. Now, to me, that's what we got on with this Russell Simmons situation.
Okay, the original question for anybody who just joined us, is social media the death of the modern relationship?
Yes.
As everybody knows, Russell Simmons was aired out yesterday. Kimora Lee Simmons, his ex-wife, and his children went on social media. Well, I only saw his oldest child, I believe it was Ming, go on social media and express her grievances. Here's the deal, Rich. You spoke nothing but truth. Everything you said, I agree with wholeheartedly. I do. To answer the question, I do believe social media, it is the death of modern day relationships. And I mean that in every way, shape, or form. Meaning, social media has penetrated. If women were already insecure about their looks, social media has magnified that to no end. If men were insecure about what they have in their bank account, social media has magnified that to no end. And then you two have to come home and look each other in the face, and neither one of you are happy for external circumstances that have nothing to do with you, but now it has infiltrated your relationship. Social media is horrible for relationships. It really is. It's horrible for young people that are not even experienced in relationships, because what they see and what they imagine a relationship is based on what they see on social media, what they see on reality TV, what they're seeing every time they scroll up. It is so unhealthy that when they finally do date and they finally get into a relationship, they're emulating and imitating what they have seen, what to them, this is the way I'm supposed to act in a relationship. These are the viewpoints. I don't even have my own thoughts no more. I have the viewpoints of this chick that I've been following for years. This dude I've been following for years. And it's just insane that people cannot seem to cut the cord, if you will, and leave social media where it's at. But going back to the Russell thing, you know, Rich, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. Because I'm old enough to remember when Russell and Kimora got together, got married. He was doing his thing. He put her with Baby Fat, blew her career up. She has never, in all the many years that they have been divorced, she has never once said a bad word about this man until yesterday. And it's unfortunate because there's no way back. It's unfortunate because she gave her daughter the strength. I'm not going to say the green light. I'm going to say the strength to now air her grievances out publicly. How do you come back from that? Because he's still a human being. He's still a man. He's still a public figure. And you put everybody in my business. Whether I'm right, I'm wrong, we all have defense mechanisms. Like you got everybody perceiving me as this insane lunatic. You put a FaceTime video of me going ham. It was on mute. But even when I saw it, you don't know the circumstances of that. He could have been pissed off because she just drove a car that he told her not to drive and got in an accident on the West Side Highway. He was happy she was still alive, but he was mad at the same time, like parents do. Like sometimes you be pissed with your kid, but you be happy at the same time, like, because I know what could have happened to you. So I'm mad you disobeyed me, but I'm happy you're still in the land of the living. That could have been like we don't know what that man was ranting about. And now people got to see him going berserk with no sound and come to the conclusions on their own. So now I'm supposed to sit down with my daughter and it's unconditional love when nobody will do business with me. Everybody now, if they had a shred of doubt about all of the accusations that was out there about me, you just showed people that I'm Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So there's another side of, like, all y'all know the yoga, the zen, the calm, Russell Simmons that built businesses. It's the 50 years of hip hop. I put bricks in this thing. It was me. The reason that there are now hip hop billionaires is because of a man named Russell Simmons. And I gotta now look you in the face and find it in my heart to forgive. I wish his daughter didn't do that. Even if Kimora did, I wish his daughter, but I just think it's the death of relationships. And I don't just mean men and women relationships, fathers and children, mothers and children, friends, family, acquaintances. Everybody's airing everybody out. I think it's disastrous, man. And I would tell anybody, if you're in a relationship, keep it to yourself. Like once upon a time, that was the rule. What happens in this house, that's our business. You don't run and tell our business to the next door neighbor. This is our house. Because when you let everybody into your relationship, go before social media. You was around just like I was. Nigga, like what happens here stays in here. Like your mama ain't got nothing to do with what happens in here. Like your best friend don't have nothing to do with. Is your best friend paying the bills? Are they keeping the lights on? As long as if I'm not physically knocking your teeth out, what the hell are you running back and forth? Because all it does is it opens the door for people to form opinions, and then in the end, you ain't breaking up with this person anyway. So now people are forming opinions because they're taking your side, but you ain't leaving them anyway. So now y'all relationship is F because you wasn't mature enough to keep what happened in your house in your house. So I don't know. I just think it's bad. But I want to switch topics because we got 10 minutes. I thought about this last week. And speaking of that, do you got anything more to say about that topic?
No. Go ahead. That was good. You closed out.
Okay. I thought about this last week. Me and you had a dope conversation. And it's centered around women getting body enhancements, this, that, and the third. You made it clear. You said, yo, I have been with women. Y'all all know the women that I've been with that had body enhancement, but I preferred them before. So I gotta ask you personally, have you, and I just want you to give me a yes or no answer, and then I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with this. Have you ever, even once, been with a woman and told her she needs surgery?
Never.
I'm gonna ask you again because I want you to think. Have you ever, Rich Dollaz, ever been with a woman, dated her, and you done dated a lot of women in your life? Have you ever turned around, looked at a woman, even if there was something about her that you didn't like? Have you ever looked at her and said, I want you to get surgery?
Unequivocally, never.
Okay, here's where I'm going with this. Because I really thought about this after last week's conversation. I don't know any man who has ever told a woman, I want you to get implants, I want you to get a BBL, I want you to fix your nose, I want you to get a bigger cup size, I want you to take fat out your stomach, I want you to put fat in your butt. I don't know one friend, not even one, that has ever done that. But women come on this show week over week over week, and they tell us, this is what y'all like. This is what y'all like. You can take it from there.
Women are in competition. We're back to the internet. It used to be a time when you walk down the street and you remember all the commercials back in the day when we were growing up, and you look back and your wife smack you. What the hell are you looking at? That was the extent of it. And you kept it moving. No. You laughed about it and you kept going. Women are so in competition with other women. Women are so in competition, and back to the internet, with the like. Women are in competition, so they assume, because you go to Bernice Bruco's page, you go to Aisha Diaz's page, you go to all these women that are out there with hundreds of thousands of likes on every single picture they post, and women assume like that's the standard. That's the standard now. And because all these women have all these likes and such popularity, and they're the ones getting the Fashion Nova ads, and they're the ones getting the little endorsements and the flat tummies and all the waist trainers and all the nonsense that's going on out here. They're the ones getting these ads and making that money and all this stuff that you're watching. So you're just assuming that is become the standard. No man has told you. What you just said is very, very true, my friend. No man has told you that is the standard. You assumed that is the standard because you're looking at social media and you're basing your whole being on these women who you assume are what every man wants. It used to be a beautiful woman was a standard. Halle Berry's not super duper thick. She's not that. These are the women we loved. I'm gonna tell you the woman who I love more than anything. And if I was to get my mama on the phone right now, she'd tell you the same thing. I'm a huge Zoe Saldana fan. And if anybody nobody knows anything about Zoe Saldana, that motherfucking woman weighs about 85 pounds. But she's so beautiful to me, bro. She's so beautiful to me. She might be my favorite. I don't create the standard. Can I appreciate Bernice Burgos, Jennifer Lopez, such and such? Men are, what do you say? Men are visual creatures. I can appreciate a thick woman. I can appreciate a woman with a big old butt. I can appreciate a woman with a small waist and some titties. That doesn't mean that that's the standard. That's not the standard for me. Zoe Saldana is the standard for me. So you can't make me feel like that. Now, you asked me, have I ever told a woman to get surgery? And I unequivocally stated I have never. Did I tell a woman that she shouldn't have got surgery? Unequivocally, I can state yes. Multiple times. That's not who you are. That's not who God made you to be. That's not, I don't understand how you meet a woman and you like her and she likes you and y'all go off into the sunset and she feels like at a later date that she needs to change her appearance to become somebody else. When if I wanted the woman who looked like somebody else, you would never have been here in the first place. So obviously I appreciated you. But now you're looking at this and you see Richie likes this or Richie's on TV and that girl did that. Think back, Sean. Mariah Lynn. She was skinny. Erica Mena. When me and Erica dated, that was pre all that stuff. Think about it. So for women to call me a liar and you're a liar, you like that girl right there. No. I can appreciate that girl right there. No. I can look at that girl and say she's an attractive girl, but she's not my standard for beauty. So don't put that on me. And women put that on me, and it has nothing to do with us. It has to do with their insecurities and what they're seeing on the internet. You're in 100% competition with a fucking ghost. You're in competition with a motherfucker who you have not even seen in real life. And that's the crazy shit. Because if me and you said, we've seen these women, we've been in this industry for 20 plus, that girl don't look like that in real life. I've told my girls that. Yo, stop acting like she's the standard. You're fine. Because you're comparing yourself to Shorty and you don't even know what Shorty looked like in real life. You know what she looked like after 3-4 hours behind the motherfucking professional makeup artist who's getting paid $250 an hour. You know what that looked like. You know what she looked like on some Photoshop images that you saw in Sports Illustrated fucking swimsuit edition. You know what that looked like. You know what them fucking Photoshop abs look like. I'm not getting mad at Playboy across the street because I seen him in the magazine. And he got abs of steel and arms bigger than fucking The Rock and all this shit. I'm me. And I'm never going to drive myself crazy trying to be a motherfucker who I don't know. Not to mention, if you seen that nigga in real life, you know that he got a little pudge around his gut too. He got acne too. His arms ain't that big and that cut. That's what magazines and Photoshop and all that stuff does to people. But you're sitting here when you're in competition with a fucking ghost because you have no idea what that shit is, that the realness of that shit is. And that's just the reality of it.
You know, Rich, even before I get into it, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time. If you are trying to be part of tonight's conversation, please hit the plus button below. That is the request button. That signals that you want to be part of tonight's conversation. If it's your first time joining us, we got very, very basic rules. Number one, if you are chosen to be part of the conversation, you must be in a well-lit location. Number two, you must be willing to show your face. We don't speak to empty screens. So if you are not prepared to speak to us the way we're speaking to you, or you're too shy, too bashful to speak into your camera, please do not hit that plus button. Number 3, you must be in a location with good cellular service or good Wi-Fi. And lastly, as much as we enjoy your commentary and your thoughts on anything that we have spoken about tonight, we use this part of the conversation for people who may have questions. So you must somewhere along your commentary have a question, because your question could help somebody else who might be too shy or unable to get through tonight to our conversation. Okay.
You want me to start over now before you go?
Oh, he's going to cut you again?
I don't know. But I don't
Nah, I'll make mine quick.
Right,
I'll make mine quick.
All right.
You know, Rich, in all of my years of my life, there's a truth that I've come to learn, right? You cannot fix what you don't acknowledge. You cannot, and this goes for men and women. If somebody is telling you the same thing again and again and again and again, and you're getting this from multiple people who don't even know each other, at some point, you have to stop being defensive and saying it's them and come to understand that maybe it's me. I might not want to hear this. I might not even see it in myself. I might not even be prepared to accept a truth that is hard for me to digest about me. But you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. And we get on this freaking social media week over week over week, and we tell people, we tell women specifically, ain't nobody told y'all that a chick with freaking titties the size of watermelon and a butt the size of a watermelon and a waist the size of a pencil, that's what we want. Y'all are telling y'all are literally looking at social media, looking at TV, looking at what everybody else is doing, and because you're insecure about yourself, long before you even started to look at other people, you want to make enhancements and then say it's because of y'all. That's what y'all want. No. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. And I asked Rich a very simple question. Have you ever told a woman to get an enhancement? I can't think of one of my friends who has ever done it. But I know several friends who have said, don't do it. Or if you do it because it makes you happy. Do it because you looking in the mirror and it's something about your body that you just are unhappy with. But I'm not telling you to go do that. But y'all will turn around and make men feel as though, or make your man feel as though it's somebody else that he wants, instead of embracing the fact that I got a man who wants me and is happy with me for me. He chose me exactly as I am. He chose me. I chose him. And when we got together, we didn't sit at the table and he said, somewhere down the line, I want you to go and change a part of your body because that's going to make me more attracted to you. So, again, I ended here, man. I told you I was going to make mine quick. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. You have to, like all of us, man, we got to take ownership for our own decisions. We do. Stop putting it on the fact that your man wants something different than he chose. If he chose you, you are what he wants. End of story. But you can stop it now and we come back and we open the lines up, Rich.
let's keep going until it's quick because it's 8:30.
Oh, okay. So let's open the lines up. I was trying to make it quick.
No, I'm saying, shit, it's 8:30.
Maybe you back.
All right, so apparently they did cut me off. They cut me off at 8:34, which means we started a little bit late today. But we're back on live. This is part 2 of the Boys Club. Yes. I'm gonna wait for Prez to get back in the room so we can start the second half. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want to say, please hit the plus button inside of the camera so we can go ahead and get it started. We got an hour. We're gonna get these questions handled now. So yes, please, if you want to get into the conversation, please hit the plus button in the middle of the camera. I'm gonna get Prez in here and then we're gonna start taking our guests.
Again, Chanel, they only give me an hour for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason is anymore, but they only give me an hour and they haven't fixed it yet. So yeah, I go out every hour. So I'll probably go out at 8:34, 9:34. If you have any questions, if y'all want to get into the conversation, Sean gave you the rules. Let's go ahead and open up these phone lines. Hit the plus button inside the camera and we can take your questions now. Crazy Tatted. I think the name is Crazy Tatted. Are you in the room? Hello? Can't hear you, love. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You might have us on mute. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. So try to do it and get back in because right now I don't know. But you obviously you can hear us, but okay.
You may have us on mute.
You wanna try? You think you I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she know what a mute button is.
She needed disconnect the AirPods.
Yeah, look. Oh, that might be it too.
Hello?
Hello,
Hi, Lisa. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Houston.
What's up, Lisa from Houston?
Not much. I love watching you on Love and Hip Hop.
Beloved, this is a podcast. We're not talking about love and hip hop, Lisa.
Okay, I'm
All right.
sorry.
Nigga says she's looking like she's sneaking a phone in jail. Yo, what's up,
Wow.
man?
Big fan of you, Rich.
Good.
Big fan of you, bro. Wow.
What's up, bro?
How you doing today, man?
I'm good. Where you calling from? What's the question, right?
I'm in Springfield. I just want to know one thing. How is it possible? How is it possible to break into the music industry at my age? You can see me?
No, I'm disconnecting you, actually. What is... All right, I can see this is going to be a long night. Dion Douglas, please, man, let's make this right because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to...
Maybe we should give the rules again. Maybe it's people who never joined us, Rich.
All right, go ahead, give the rules. All right,
Hold on,
Dion Douglas.
Rich
Dion
Dollars.
Douglas, what's up, man? Where you calling from?
What's up, man? Y'all all right? Y'all gotta be shit. Just want to say what's up, man. You know, Rich Dollar, you got a lot of knowledge, dude, man.
Yo,
Okay, let me get it. For anybody who is just joining us, obviously y'all know Rich Dollars. My name is Sean Prez. We do a weekly podcast right here on Instagram Live called The Boys Club. It is relationship talk coming from the mind of men. So if if you were trying to join our conversation, hit the plus button below. But it must be subject matter related to relationship. This is not the hey, how you doing, Rich Dollars? I saw you on Love and Hip Hop podcast. Please come in with something to say. How about that? Let's try again. I mean, we strike 3 already, and it ain't even been 5 minutes.
The most annoying thing.
Hi, y'all. Am I well lit enough?
You are.
Okay.
Look
Hello,
at that.
Sean.
That's what I
Hello.
like to hear. That's what I like to hear. You come in, you say, am I well lit enough? Y'all can hear me. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
All right, y'all. My name is Goddess. First, hi, Rich. Hi, Sean. My name is Goddess. I'm representing Chicago. I did come in a little late. I feel like we're talking about the way that women try to appease men with their appearances or whatnot. Maybe that's what I caught. But I have commentary, and he said have a question, so I have both. I personally feel like that women a lot of times end up, because I'll say from my experience as a Black woman, we're trained, it's about the man, about the man, about the man, about the man. Please him, right? So I feel like sometimes the women go above and beyond when they feel like, oh, he likes this, or, oh, these are the girls he likes, or these are the women he have around, and they feel like they have to compete with that. My question is actually to the men, because what is it that you guys have inside of y'all that y'all don't care about stuff like that? Y'all are like, if I got a big nose, fuck it. If I got short arms, fuck it. What is that confidence, or what is it inside of you guys that make, because I feel like maybe that is something that the women probably need to hear and grasp onto. Does that make sense?
Sean, you want to go?
I'll go. I don't even know the answer to it, but that is first and foremost. Shout to Chicago. Shout to you, Goddess. I really do love that question. What is it about men? What do we have inside of us that doesn't have us looking at other men, thinking that we need to change our body type to please a woman? We just come in, and I say this all the time. You know, men, we got it so damn good. Like women, y'all will accept us with 2 teeth in our mouth, a stomach bigger than y'all's, freaking like short. It don't matter. Like y'all will fight over a nigga who don't know other chick want. And maybe that's it. I don't know. Like maybe when y'all get one of us, it don't matter how nasty, ratchet, how bad we look. Y'all look at it like, yo, you mine. And I'm willing to throw hands for you. Like I don't know what it is, but I can only speak for me. But I know me speaking for me is like me speaking for Rich. But I know we're in the minority. My self-confidence is through the roof. I don't have a problem with insecurity at all, and I never have. I could recognize that there are men with better bodies. I could recognize there are men with bigger bank accounts. I could recognize that there are men that are more popular, have more swag, if you will. But that never ever translated in my head that I need to be him, or I need to do something else because the girl I want, she's looking for that type of man. Actually, it was always just the opposite. It was like me saying, F him, no matter how I look, I'm going to get that same girl anyway. So it gave me a boost of confidence knowing that whether I'm flat broke and you driving a Maybach, my game was so tight, I can pull your woman. I'm going to pull the same chick that you pulling. So I don't know what it is about men. Maybe, Rich, you could jump in here it might be as simple as y'all boost our egos so much, and y'all so busy worried about yourself, and y'all are fighting amongst each other, trying to have a perfect body, trying to look so good, this, that, and the third, that by default, y'all making us look and feel like we Barack Obama or somebody. Like we walk around here and we looking like, because I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, like, my girl is bad. Like she's always the best looking chick in the room. But she got a nigga feeling like I'm Barack, like I for real feel like, yo, like it ain't another nigga out here that look as good as me. And by default, that's how she make a nigga feel. So maybe that, I don't know. Rich, you can help out. 'Cause I just don't know.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. I don't think women give dudes enough credit. And when I say that, I say that to say men look at each other and it's almost unmanly to look at another man and want to be like that other man. Like everybody aspires, like Denzel Washington, and you have your faves, of course, but to just randomly walk down the street and be like, oh, I want to be like that. Women have trained men that over years, it's more important to treat a woman the right way, the way she wants to be treated. Women almost don't. I have sisters. My sisters have told me I don't want a nigga too pretty. A nigga too pretty probably don't like me. He probably like other men.
Mm-hmm.
A nigga too pretty. No, my sisters told me that. I get Rashana and Tasha on the phone right now. They like, yo, I don't want a nigga overly pretty because that nigga probably don't like me. He probably like the other dude, and I'm just here as a fucking disguise. I don't want dudes that are too pretty because that nigga probably love himself more than he could ever love me. Women have expressed that over years. So men, it's almost like there was a time when you look at a man and you'd be like, what really defines a sexy man? Of course you're gonna have, like I said, you got your Denzel Washingtons of the world, you got your Shamar Moores and those type of dudes. But Rick Ross is doing his thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So is doing his thing out there.
Oh.
So for men to look at what women desire, there is a whole spectrum of what women desire. So it never really makes a man feel like I can't, because there's always another person that you can look at and say, well, he's knocking his out the box and he's ugly, or he's knocking his out the box and he's overweight. It's women who look at women, and this is what me and Sean just said. You're in competition with each other because you don't want to hear us. You don't give us enough credit when we say, baby, you're fine just the way you are. Look at Shorty. Look at Shorty. Look at Shorty. Like, it'd be more women that would go in on a Lizzo or somebody like that than it would be the men. Because the men just be like, it ain't for me and I'm keeping it moving. It's not for me and I'm keeping it moving. Y'all got to give it up and give us the credit for just, and think that we don't have no reason to lie about what we want. We don't have no reason to lie about what we want. And it's not about making you feel good. It's not about any of that. If you with me, it's because I like you. So get out of competition with that other woman. Get out of competition with the Instagram. Get out of competition with all that, because men ain't in competition with that. Now, what I will tell you men are in competition with is this.
Yeah.
And with this.
Yeah.
It's this. It's this. Because that's status. Men are in competition with status. Women are in competition with aesthetics. Because aesthetics is what makes a woman feel beautiful. I ain't never met a woman who felt like she needed a Rolex watch or a fucking a big old chain or 24-karat diamond earrings to make herself feel beautiful. Because men have made it clear that it's visual. It's you. That's the competition. Men are in competition with men for these things, for
Mhm.
that stuff, because that's what women have projected. That is what really creates the want of a man. It's not about how you look. It's not about the gut. It's about the watch, the car, the trips, the jewelry, the condo, the house. That's what. And if you're a big old fat man, little old skinny man, an ugly man, but you can walk in the club and project that whole I'm the man thing, women are gonna love you. Women love success. Women love that more than they love anything else. And I know this is Sean gonna get mad at me for this, because this is Sean's whole boy. This is his bestie. This is his fave. Jay-Z, an ugly nigga. But he's so sexy to so many. No, and I'm not. This is
No, I know what
Jay
you're saying.
told you he was ugly. Nas told you he was ugly. Ain't nobody ever thought Jay-Z was beautiful. But who Jay-Z got? He got beat. You know why he got beat? Because that nigga walked in the room and shut it down with his ugly ass. Because he Jay. And it's that confidence, and it's that thing that you just have. That's what women are attracted to. There you go.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna tell you, God, it's like real talk. That is such a dope question you had. I love that, and it's an original question to the Boys Club. So I don't know how long you've been rocking with us, but in all the time we've been doing this, nobody asked that question. It's a good question.
Thank
Dope
you.
question.
I'm here a
Super
couple
dope
of weeks,
question.
but I just lay low because I'm honestly, okay, real quick. I'm not one of those women, right? But I'm the type of woman that listens to a man. I came to listen to y'all. I didn't really come to give my opinion or to battle y'all's opinion. No, because I have learned to listen to y'all, because like what Rich said, y'all say what y'all like. Little background, but I danced for 10 years. So I learned there's somebody for everybody. Men don't care about the shape. They don't care about the size. Every man has their preference, so to speak. But it's about, do you have that mouthpiece? Can you keep him entertained? Can you make him feel safe? Do you have conversation? Do you bore him? Can he take you wherever, what have you? So I'm just a little different, breed than and then I'm a little bit on the older side as well. So I don't feel the need to compete. I did that in my 20s when I was dancing, and I learned a lot about men and how they work. So I really just came to listen to y'all and to value the perspective of men.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, love. Good question. And since you've been here the last few weeks, we hope to keep you here. Pop back in whenever. You actually saved my night.
Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all.
All right, guys.
Later, girl.
Chi-Town. All right, moving right along. Blue Vet 75. Blue Vet 75. If y'all want to get in on the conversation, please hit the plus button inside the camera. Blue Vet 75, where you at? All right, moving on. Amanda XO. Amanda XO. Is she in the building? Amanda XO, what's up, Amanda XO? Where you calling from, beloved?
I'm calling from Boston, Massachusetts.
What's up, Beantown?
How y'all doing tonight? I just want to get on and just thank y'all for y'all perspectives on the whole Russell thing, the Scottie Pippen thing, and even on the confidence thing where you just build up the queens that was just on, where you just build up her confidence right there. I really appreciate that, and that really warms my heart, and I really just wanted to get on and say that. So thank y'all for doing that.
All right, beloved. Appreciate you.
Later, girl. Shout to Boston.
Oh, God. Here come Ann. We got Antoinette. She usually don't send a request, so we're going to let Antoinette in the room. Ann, what's up? Antoinette.
Hey. Sorry. All right, I'm going way off topic. Sean, I got your message, but I got it later. And it's about the girl code, boy code, bro code, whatever they call it.
Explain what you're talking about, Ann, so the people know what you're referring to.
Okay. So there was, when I was younger, and all my girlfriends with our boyfriends, we all hung out together. We had that code of, you don't mess with my man, I don't mess with your man. But is that really a thing? I know there was a conversation you guys had at one point. Both of you agreed that that was kind of like taboo. But I don't believe that. Like, I don't. So is it a thing? Is it something that women and men should be like, oh yeah, no, that dude like 30 years ago messed with, you know, my friend or whatever. For me, if you're in high school and you go by that code when you're younger, okay, you went by that code, but I don't believe that, like now, who cares about somebody that you dated in high school with, dated them for 4 years or 8 years? I could give two craps about who any of my exes date, even if it is one of my close friends that I may still see today. So I'm trying to really figure out, like, is there a girl and bro code? And should it be like, is it still a thing?
And
Seriously.
you just asked and answered your own question. So why you're really just asking us for rhetorical purposes, because you already know the answer. There is a bro code, and you shouldn't date somebody. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you shouldn't date somebody that somebody else broke up with, or whatever the case may be, years later, and y'all just became friends, or whatever the case may be. I ain't gonna say all that, but I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Are you asking this question from a personal perspective, or you just asking me and Sean the question that we've already answered 50 times?
No, I'm not asking it for me, but there has recently been swear to God on my life, I'm not interested in any of my friends' exes.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
But there has been an incident with one of my close girlfriends, and then her close girlfriend who dated a guy from years ago. So now my girlfriend is now dating this man, and like all the friends that she was friends with from like high school through up until a year ago, well, now it just came out to light. They don't want to talk to her no more. And my thing is, who gives a crap? Like, is the girl code, boy code still a thing? Should it still be a thing? And what, Rich? Is it? Yes, no.
Yes.
Would you date? Yes. So you would never date one of your exes, one of your friends' exes from maybe 20 years ago, if you bumped into that person and you guys just started talking as friends, and then this came into the, you know, like you were talking on a regular, whether it was Facebook.
I gotta ask permission, Ann. I gotta ask permission. Yo, I bumped into Shorty, and if it was a girlfriend that you dated and y'all were serious, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want to date your girlfriend or somebody that looks like that. I gotta ask. I gotta ask the question. Yo, I saw Shorty the other day. I know y'all ain't talked in 10 years, but yo, me and her start, you know what I'm saying? We exchange numbers, whatever. Do you mind? If you mind, and if you're my friend, then yes. If it's gonna hinder our relationship, yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel. I don't know, Sean. I mean, call me crazy, but yeah, that's how I feel.
Sean?
I agree with Rich.
You do?
Yeah, like I don't know the details of your friend's relationship. I mean, I think it's retarded. I mean, if they dated in high school and nobody's seen each other in all those years, like, come on, move on with your life, right? But if this is my man, and okay, here's let me rephrase. If this is my man, like if this is somebody I consider a friend, like, I'm gonna ask. I am. I'm even if I don't care if you say no. It's damn near me telling you. You dated this woman in high school. Come on, we 50 now. Like this is retarded. But I'm gonna at least put it out there. You're not just gonna pop up on social media and see me with somebody who was the love of your life in high school, this, that, and the third, if you're my friend. So in the operative word here is are we friends or are we acquaintances? I don't owe an acquaintance anything. Everybody got an ex. But if you somebody who I consider a friend, absolutely. I'm asking, or I'm coming to you, and you're not gonna just find out randomly from somebody else. I wouldn't do that to a friend.
Right. And she was her friend said, you put me in the middle of a situation, and from that we became friends, and we've been talking on Facebook, and we both, now it's been a year later, but they hadn't dated. This other girl is married, she has kids, whatever. But my friend did tell her friend, yeah, we grew feelings for each other over the year that we were talking and going through things. And so here we are.
Okay.
None of that whole group of friends that have been friends for like 40 plus years.
All right, tell your friend, just to cut this story short, because there's something else I really want to talk about. Tell your friend to move on. Like the cat's out the bag. Move on. Let's talk about your bad smoking habit.
What?
Let's talk about your bad smoking habit. Friends should be able to tell friends when they got bad habits. Why are you still smoking those cigarettes, Anthony? Come back on next week and give me an answer.
Okay. I'll DM you.
Get rid of that. That's a terrible habit.
I know.
And I want to see you alive. All right?
And stop gambling, and stop drinking, and stop smoking.
Okay.
I love you, Ann.
I'm gonna do.
Yo, she be gambling too?
Antoinette was in the casino this weekend. She hit me up and was like, didn't remember. The next day she didn't remember hitting me at all.
Hey fellas, how y'all doing?
What's up, mama? What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Pretty Mama TQ, VA.
What's up, VA? What's good?
It's been a long time since I seen y'all fellas. I say a couple of months, but I do want to tap in.
Okay.
Just to tap in on that conversation when she said the bro code and the sis code. Bro code, sis code, doesn't matter how old you are. That still sticks, regardless of who you are, who you dealing with. Even if you're not friend, even if I wasn't friends with somebody, I'm still not gonna go behind that person and date somebody that they was dealing with. That would never happen.
No matter
because
how
at the
long,
end of the,
no matter how much time lapsed.
no, definitely not.
Okay.
Because I feel like, even what if me and that person we become friends again? What if we just had a short falling out, and then all of a sudden we back talking, we back hanging out, but yet I done went over here and I done dealt with her guy, and then she looking at me like, okay, so we back talking. What, you never brought this up to tell me that you was dealing with him, or you and him, y'all had a little thing going on in between me and you when we weren't talking. I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me, especially what if we started back talking again and we was hanging out? That's just my opinion. Same thing with the bro code. A lot of guys, I'm gonna tell you, to be honest, there's some guys out here in Virginia, they do not go by that. A lot of females too. That, like, their loyalty is crazy, and it's sad. It's very, very sad. I don't understand it, but I'm a type person, I can't break that bro code, that sis code, whatever. Like, that's a no-go for me. So I don't know what she was talking about back in high school. That's high school? No, that's still today, 2023. There's no way else.
So you telling me, and not to harp on this conversation, but are you telling me that if you was in high school, how old are you? If you don't mind.
35.
You're 35, so you were in high school 17 years ago, and 17 years ago would have made you in high school in like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? So
that's correct.
In 2006, you was dating somebody, or somebody who's dating your homegirl who you don't really even speak to or deal with anymore, and you met that dude at a Virginia party in Portsmouth or Norfolk or some shit, and y'all were hanging out, and that dude was like, yo, remember me from high school? And you were like, oh yeah, you dated such and such. You would not date that man because of the Cisco. Is that what you're telling me right now? This nigga pulled up in the Lexus. He pulled up in the Caddy. He pulled up in the Escalade with the black rims and bought bottles and got the fucking Rolex on. So you gonna sit on this fucking podcast and lie to me and Sean right now? Is what you
Okay. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I put my hands down. Yeah, I probably would. You know, see what he's talking about. See what he's about. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest. I keep it a buck.
But just like 2 minutes ago, you were so adamant about not being that person.
Well,
that's
current. But see, that's current. I'm talking about like right now. Like, say if me and a girl, we've been hanging out, kicking it for the past maybe like 10 years.
That's not what you said. You said, I don't know what, I'm going to quote you. You said, I don't know what she was talking about some 23 years ago and blah, blah, blah. And that shit, I just can't do that shit. But if a nigga rolled up with the black Escalade with the 5% tint and the motherfucking chain and the fucking watch and got out with the fucking Gucci loafers and was like, yo, it's good. And popped up in a cigar bar with a Cuban, and you was like, yo, that nigga got it. And you gonna look back at Shorty and be like, oh, Shorty from high school, you dated. I can't fuck with you, homie. You're a
Oh no, I might talk to you, but I ain't gonna. But I'm not gonna say, because see, that was years ago. I'm talking about current. Like me and a girl was wrong.
That ain't what you said. It ain't what you said.
But I'm glad I could bring you. I'm glad I could bring your not forthrightness to the light. Because you out here shitting on poor Antoinette. But here we are. And you in this Escalade headed back to the Ramada.
Not the Ramada. Why not the Marriott?
The Marriott, the fucking Lamplighter, whatever you want to call it. The W Norfolk, it's all good.
Waterside.
What exactly? But anyway, all right, man.
I just wanted to get a good laugh out y'all. Y'all fellas have a good night.
You too, baby. See, Antoinette, we really do love you. We will not let nobody talk bad about our Antoinette.
Good old Antoinette. Antoinette better stop smoking them cigarettes, though.
Yes, please. If y'all want to get into the conversation, hit the plus button at the bottom inside the camera. Latoya, I believe the name is Latoya.
Hey.
What's up, mama? How you?
I'm
Where you calling from?
Good. My name is Natoya. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, shout out Columbus.
What's
up, Bow Wow?
Just piggybacking off of that, I really honestly believe it's a culture thing. I'm not going to
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Code, cis code thing.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because for me, if one of my friends dated somebody 30 years ago, I feel like as long as they wasn't like in love and trying to build a life together or whatever, and I see this nigga 30 years later and he on and he interested in me and he bought his business and we can handle business, then yeah, I'm gonna see what's up with him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I really feel like a lot of stuff be kind of like culture because, and I'm not by all means no disrespect or anything like that, but in other races, they date each other's cousins, brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody could be with somebody and then the girl turn around and go, and they do it in our culture too, because I'm from Columbus, Ohio, and they share spouses a lot around here. But I just really feel like it's all about your integrity as a person. It's just who you are as a person. Like if you a grimy person, you're gonna do some grimy shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you a stand-up person, if this person was your friend or you felt a certain type of way, then holler at them and let them know, like, yo, he crossed my path. I don't really know what the situation was between y'all, but, you know, I'm kind of interested in him. Will you feel a certain type of way? If she don't feel a certain type of way, then go for what you know. You know what I'm saying? But if that was really your friend and you really respect how they feel and you really respect their feelings, if they say, nah, I don't really think you should, or it might make me feel uncomfortable, then yeah, go ahead and leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times situations don't be worth a friendship. You know what I'm saying? And I done seen people, good friendships end because of stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's really all about the situation and your integrity and how you know what I'm saying, and how you really going about doing things. If you really care about a person, it's dudes that I know that done dated females that I know that's not really my friend, but they might have a reputation or something. And no, I'm not gonna date you because I know she nasty. I know she might have done messed with somebody that was.
Miss,
so yeah.
do you have a question by any chance?
Do I have
a question?
A question? No, I was just listening to y'all conversation and just kind of wanted to chime in on it. That was
Okay. Just I'm not sure if you watch us every week or if this is your first time.
Yes.
But it's your first time?
Yes.
Okay, we use this part of the show. It's fine for you to say everything you said, but we use this part of the show for people who have questions. So somewhere in this, we always ask that you ask a question. But don't worry about it if this is your first time joining us.
Okay. Well, I just got hip. I actually just got a phone call. I'm a local podcaster here in my city, so my sister was just like, you know, they on. Go jump on and have a conversation. So I just kind of jumped in the middle of the conversation, and I saw Homegirl and I saw Antoinette and all of that. So I just kind of chimed in on it a little bit. But
it's all good.
I do got a question though. Can I ask any question?
Is it relationship based?
Yes, it is.
All right, good.
Okay. So I kind of been dealing with this dude platonically for like off and on 12 years. We're not technically in a relationship, but we're still like sexually active with each other, the whole 9 yards. I'm to a point where I'm really like done with the situation because he doesn't want to give me any type of commitment. But the history right there is really getting kind of hard. So can you give me some advice on how to really just kind of separate myself from this situation?
Go ahead, Rich. I see you biting at the. Go ahead, Rich.
So let me get this straight. You should have just got off the phone when you had the chance.
No, because this is for real. This for real.
Okay, all right. So you've been dating with this dude. You've been dealing with this dude for 12 years, on and off, giving this nigga the good for 12 years, on and off, and 12 years later, you worried about why he won't take you serious, and now you are. Let me get this. And now you're over the relationship, and you want to get on out of it and go on about your business because this nigga won't act right after you've been giving him the box for 12 years on and off without making him actually do anything to earn said relationship. Correct?
That's pretty much it. Correct.
Okay. Beloved, mama, sweetheart, how can you in good conscience come on this podcast and tell somebody you've been giving him the good for 12 years and expect him to ever act right? What is his motivation if he been doing his thing for 12 years and you have not been holding him accountable? If I have just think about it like this. If I got a baby and that baby is 12 years old and I ain't never disciplined him or her, they've been running amok all through the whole 0 through 8th grade. And now they're about to go into high school and I want to discipline them. But I'm wondering why they won't respond. Why won't this kid respond to any discipline? when I've been letting him go crazy or let her go crazy for 12 years? Who's to blame? I
Me.
can't do nothing but look in the mirror and be like, yo, you spare the child, you spoil the ride.
And
Spoil the child, spoil the ride,
but I absolutely take responsibility, because what you allow is what will continue. So I take responsibility from that. My issue is really cutting ties. Like, that's my issue. Like, I'm really over as much as I love and care about him. I want him to be happy. I want him to do whatever it is that he feels like he needs to do for himself. I'm connected to, you know, family members and everything like that. But I'm just to a point now where I really want to cut ties. Like, I really wanted to, and this is the issue that I'm having, because it's like he pulls on my heartstrings, and we'll have a conversation.
Yo, Sean,
Sean,
go ahead, Sean, because you just being redundant now.
I really almost don't have anything to say to this because, okay, let me start off here. What's your name again, man?
Natoya.
Nice to meet you, Natoya. From Columbus?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll start here. You do realize platonic is not the relationship that you've been in for 12 years, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're not in a platonic relationship, and you haven't been for 12 years. So just put that out there. But life ain't as hard as we make it. Like, it's just as simple as that. And the reason I say I got very little to say, as human beings, we do what we want to do. We because there's choices. There always is a choice. Even if the choices are hard, we do what we quote unquote want to do, what we need to do. You're not, I know your mouth says you want to get away from this man and you trying to figure out how to get away from it. It ain't that hard. Get away from this man. Change your number. Stop answering his phone calls. Stop letting him hit it. Stop giving the box to him. It really is not as hard as you think it is. Now, it's a lot of things that I love to do that I can't do. You understand what I'm saying? Like I love fried chicken, but the doctor told me I got high cholesterol, and I don't want to have a heart attack, so I can't eat fried chicken. I can't. I don't want to be 300 pounds overweight. I can't eat all of the things that I love to do. It's a decision. And truth be told, we use I'm in love as a cop-out. We use that as a way to somehow give us an out for doing what we know we're supposed to be doing. If you were really ready to move on, you know, I got a brother, just like I got several friends. They smoked for years. You know what, every single, and they tried to patch, they tried to go cold turkey, they tried this. When they stopped, you know what every single one of them told me? I was just ready. I woke up and I didn't want to do it no more. I put the cigarettes down. I was done. You are not done yet. You're not. And maybe he's been hitting it right for 12 years. Maybe you've been waiting on him thinking that he gonna change his mind for 12 years. Maybe you've been thinking you gonna change him for 12 years. But you're not done.
It's been, I'm, you know, like I said, it's history there. So, you know, I felt
No, that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out. I don't want to hear about history. That's something that women, y'all try to hold on to that. And see, I don't know how you're new to our show, and you starting to touch some buttons that I'm trying to stay calm this week. All that women always lead with, we've been together for 7 years. No, that nigga been hitting it for 7 years. We've been together for 12 years. No, that nigga been hitting it for 12 years. Y'all ain't been together except when y'all been together. But when he ain't in your presence, he's with somebody else. So this imaginary history that you have, it is just that. It's imaginary. That man ain't committed to you in 12 years. And where I was going with it, and I'll end it here. When you, I know your mouth says you're ready. I know that. And I know you think you're ready. But when you are truly ready, it ain't going to be nobody on planet Earth that can get you to pick up the phone again when that man called. It ain't going to be nobody on planet Earth who can get you to return a text when that man hits you. It's going to be nobody. I mean, R. Kelly made a song about it. When a woman's fed up, it ain't a damn thing you can do. Men know that. That's as real as you can put it. You ain't fed up yet. So when you ready to get off this hamster wheel, when you ready, I'm going to go a different direction. When you look in the mirror, and how old are you now?
42.
When you look in the mirror and you say to yourself, I'm 42 years old, and I done gave the best of my years, the best of my love making, the best of my day to a nigga who can give a crap about me. To a nigga after 12 years. After 12 years, can't see what I'm bringing to the table. When you look in the mirror and you see what we see, when you see I'm a beautiful, young black woman that still got it, and I'm wasting precious days, months, minutes, seconds, years with this nigga, when you value yourself that much, I guarantee you it ain't gonna be one thing that man can do to get you from moving on. But you ain't there yet. So we can tell you how to break it off. We can do this. It starts with you. And I can tell you, you are not ready. Go ahead, Rich.
Now I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna end it here. And this is on, I don't want to come off like an asshole or nothing like that.
Oh no, I respect y'all's opinions,
Okay,
but
so here we go.
for so long, and I'm just over it.
Okay, so go look in the mirror and put down your insecurities and put down the bullshit packaging. How does conversation go from you coming in here promoting your podcast to you crying?
Been something that I've really been.
All right, so listen, you gotta put down.
It over it.
Okay, so you can say it. Are you trying to make me and Sean believe you? Or you trying to make yourself believe yourself? Because the reality is, if you was really over it, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because you would have been looked in the mirror and said, I'm over it, and you would have moved on. Put down your insecurities, put down whatever this man got over you, put down your whatever you feel like is connecting y'all. This nigga is not the one for you, and you are giving away your life. At 42 years old, you are giving it away. You are giving it away. You're a beautiful woman. You need to go out here. You need to experience your life. Meet somebody who values you. Have boundaries. Put up boundaries. Don't let a nigga walk over you for 12 years and then look at and wonder why he treats you the way he treats you. People do what you allow them to do. Period. Point blank. You could have nipped this shit in the bud 11 and a half years ago. You could have nipped it in the bud, and you would either have moved on because you would have seen that he's not going to acquiesce, or you would have been in a good relationship because you put your boundaries up, you put your insecurities aside, you put your self-esteem at a level in which you are not going to let somebody walk over you. You got to do that now. You got to do that now. If you don't do that now, you're just going to invite another 12 years of this, and you'll be 54.
Thank you guys both so much.
All right, Mama.
Yeah, I pray you find the strength to not even leave him. I just pray you find the strength to love you. That's really what it comes down to.
Yo, so if you have a question, if anybody has a question, please hit the plus button inside the camera. We don't actually have any requests right now, which is crazy. I just had 10 and it went from 10 to 0, so I don't know what just happened.
Okay. Let me go and we'll get into another topic of conversation because I got plenty, and I'm sure that this will prompt somebody. I want to play something for you. Bear with me. Okay. Before I play this, I want you to see if there's any requests. If not, I'm gonna
Not gonna play.
Okay.
Why is it telling me your request
Money
has
is
been
involved. I'm hearing a lot of what you bringing to the table. You hearing people say that a woman don't have to bring nothing to the table. Yes, what? And it don't have to be about the money. But wouldn't it be nice if she brought a good attitude? Wouldn't it be nice if she brought a nurturing disposition about herself? Wouldn't it be nice if she could make a goddamn cake from scratch? Wouldn't it be nicer if you woke up Sunday morning, the house was filled up with Sunday dinner smells? I'm hearing a lot of how much money is involved. I'm hearing a lot of what you bringing to the table. You hearing people say that a woman don't have to bring nothing to the table. Yes, what? And it don't have to be about the money. But wouldn't it be nice if she brought a good attitude? Wouldn't it be nice if she brought a nurturing disposition about herself? Wouldn't it be nice if she could make a goddamn cake from scratch? Wouldn't it be nicer if you woke up Sunday morning, the house was filled up with Sunday dinner smells? I'm hearing a lot of.
Could you hear that? Loud and clear? Okay, for anybody who don't know, that was the comedian Monique. That was, matter of fact, let me give her props. That was Oscar winner, Monique. You sent this to me. You and SB sent it. Shout to SB. I don't know where she's at this week. Sent it to me, and this has been a topic of conversation on this show for at least the last 4 weeks. Men asking women, "What are you bringing to the table?" And I think Monique just summed it up so poignantly, because it really doesn't have to do with money. It doesn't I think when women are internalizing it as a financial thing, and Monique is like, yo, it can be something as simple as can you bake a cake from scratch? Can I wake up on Sunday morning to the smell of Sunday dinner being prepared? I know this conversation has gotten us in trouble, and it has stirred up a lot of emotion on this show, because women are furious that men are actually asking them, "What are you bringing to the table?" Why isn't that a fair question?
Wait,
you can't hear me?
Volume went down.
I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. Okay.
No.
All I'm saying, you still can't hear me? Well, you get the point. You can speak.
It went lower.
I said, you speak.
You there?
Yes. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's your side.
That was weird. My thing is this. People are gonna say, excuse me. People are gonna say Monique is old school, and this is not the way things are now. What are you bringing to the table? That's exactly what she's saying to y'all. Is exactly how a relationship prospers. It doesn't have to be financial. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to be any kind of situation to where it becomes a competitive thing. What you're bringing to the table simply means, what are your qualities? What are the things that I can count on you for? When we're in a relationship, this shit is not 100% to zero. It's supposed to be 100% to 100%. You're supposed to come and put your best foot forward. And all she's saying is, if it ain't financial, if it ain't you coming in the house with groceries, at least if I come in the house with groceries, at least you can do is cook them. If I got to work late at night on Saturday, at least I can do is smell Sunday morning breakfast. That's not me playing you. That's not me disrespecting you. That's not me acting like you less than me. Because when I'm out there working and earning a living, and however y'all want to look at this, you can look at it from both sides. You can look at it from a man who's earning a living and from a woman who's earning a living. If a woman who's earning a living and she comes home, she deserves to lay in bed and wake up on Sunday morning, and that nigga should be in there cooking. That house should not be dirty. Them kids should be fed. If a man is doing it, it's not a disrespect. People get so up in arms and so uptight about somebody, and I understand that saying that probably triggers people. What are you bringing to the table? Triggers people. It triggers people because it almost seems combative. It seems confrontational. Like I'm asking you, like, what the fuck are you good for? What you got? I'm that nigga. What you bringing? That's not that. So maybe we need to change the terminologies. Maybe we need to change the words to make it not seem so confrontational. But it isn't always a confrontational thing. So context is everything. Context is everything. If I'm cooking, if I'm earning the living and I'm out working my behind off, I should not come home to a dirty house. I should not come home and be hungry. I should not come home and you've been home all day watching fucking Love of the Listed or the Real Housewives of Potomac. Like, I shouldn't have to come home to you having, and just like a woman say the same thing. If I work every day, you should not come home and this nigga sitting in his boxer shorts on my couch playing PS5. That's what's wrong with relationships today. People need to bring things to the table. You need to subsidize what I'm doing. You need to be my better half. You need to provide what I am not providing. There is no relationship that goes 100% on me and 0% on you. That's not the way these things work, and they will never, ever, ever be beneficial to anybody. I think we should change the terminology. I think we should say, no longer should we ask each other what you bring to the table, because it's confrontational and it sets people and it triggers them and it makes the whole conversation go left. When you probably didn't even mean it like that. You just heard Kevin Samuels say shit, and it's become the new thing to say, is what are you bringing to the table? But the connotation is so negative and so confrontational that it makes people get defensive. Now I gotta feel like, what am I bringing to the table? I gotta defend myself. No, you don't have to defend yourself. It's a simple question that is given because I would like to know that if I'm doing this, this is what you're doing. What's left? That's what you're bringing to the table. What do? You work, I work, then we need to figure that out. You don't work, I work, then we need to figure that out. That's all this is about. It's not a confrontational situation all the time. Monique is absolutely right. And it's not about old school versus new school or any of that. It's about being in a relationship that's reciprocal versus a relationship that's transactional, and all you want to do is sit around and take because you feel entitled. There is no entitlement in a relationship that is supposed to be successful. There is no entitlement in that. You can't come into this shit entitled because you got a vagina. You deserve everything. What do you bring to the table? Vagina, nigga. Everything else is on you. Well, beloved, there's 4 million people out here in 4 billion people in the United States with vaginas. What makes yours any different than any of the rest of them? That's the way this shit works. Or if I come into a relationship and you come in, what do you bring to the table, Richie? Penis. I don't know, homeboy. There's a whole bunch of them out there. Well, I can go buy one of those. That's not the way this shit works. It's not about me belittling you or making you feel like you're less than. It's just about me saying, if this is what we're doing and this is where we are, what are you bringing to the table that I don't have to worry about any longer? Because I know that if I'm doing this, you're doing this, and we covered. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Are you done?
Yep.
Here's my thoughts before, and I'm sure you got people trying to get in all the
Yep.
stuff. But here's my
I thought
thoughts.
Instagram had shut me down because it said we are limiting your interaction. I'm like, what the
Okay, we back for part 3 of the Boys Club. Sorry about that, guys. We are back, part 3. Let's get it popping. Let's get Prez in here. If you have a question, if you want to jump in, SB, I saw you in there. I saw a few other people. So if y'all want to jump in the conversation and you have a request, please jump in now. Hit the plus button. I'm going to get Prez in. We're going to get his response, and then we can go to the questions after that. Sean, where you at? There you go.
Sean, where you at? I just clicked on Sean. There you go. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna make mine quick while people are joining in. In case you're just joining, we just played a clip from Oscar winner comedian Monique, where she was speaking on women being offended by men asking, what are you bringing to the table? Here's the deal, Rich, piggybacking off what you just said. We could change the language, and I understand somebody asking a woman, what are you bringing to the table, can be combative, or can come across as and I don't want to use the word combative, it can come across as confrontational. But it cuts both ways. If a woman asks a man, what are you bringing to the table? I get it. I'm a man. If a woman asks me that question, maybe I would take it a certain kind of way. But here's the deal. When you're really good at what you do, you welcome questions like that. You don't go on a job interview and expect that they're not going to ask you. So, like, seriously, you don't go into any situation with the expectation that you're not going to be asked, what are your qualifications? And you are prepared to list them. I'm proficient in Microsoft Office. I am, I got relationships here, there. This is my experience, yada, yada, yada. When you're good at what you do, and when you know your value and your worth, like everybody, oh, I know my worth, but you're upset when somebody asks you, what do you bring to the table? Why? Because if you really did know your worth, you'd be quoting it off like this. Even if that question sounds offensive, even if it does sound confrontational. If a woman asks me, what am I bringing to the table? Okay, let me think about this. I got a great sense of humor. I have, I've been employed for X amount of years. I got a skill set over here. I am great in the kitchen. I wash dishes. I keep a clean house. You see this house? I clean it. I would love to have a woman in here with me, but I clean my house. I am sympathetic to women. I'm communicative. You're never going to have to sit me down and pry stuff out of me. It'll probably be the other way. I'm going to be coming to you if I got something on my mind and in my heart. This is what I bring to the table. Like, why is this so freaking hard? If you went and sat down for any employment opportunity, aren't you prepared to say what your skill set really is, what your strengths are? And it's not as simple and as cut and dry about how much you make. And women kill me with that. They gonna sit around and they gonna give you their resumes like they apply, like they are going down their resume for a new job. I make this much. I'm a 6-figure person. I got multiple streams of income. I own my own business. Nigga, what did that got to do with how good of a wife or a girl you gonna be to me? It ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. So instead of being offended by that question, embrace it. If you really as dope as you think you are, if you really as good of a catch as you think you are, if you really a woman that any man would be happy to have in his life, the next time a nigga asks you that, starts rattling it off. Bow, 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 like da 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 da. Just hit that nigga with so much. I'm funny. I love sports. I can tell you more about basketball than you can tell. Like, that's what niggas want. That's what you bring to the table. So you can let the phone lines back open, man. But to me, people get offended when they don't have much that they're bringing to the table.
Natasha, the CEO. Esby, I saw you in there. I'm coming to you next. That was dope, bro. That question. That Natasha, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Sean. So,
What up, Natasha?
how you doing? So, I agree with Rich about the question being kind of like a negative connotation now, because it has been like smashed into the wall. But listening to you, Sean, talk about it being like a job interview, my thing is, can we get to know each other and then we can find out what we bring to the table? Because a lot of times people are jumping into things with the question, what do you bring to the table? And then it's this false hope, because that's not really what you bring to the table. It's just, that's what it looks like. It's good to say to the person, and then you get to know them, and that's not what it is. What I've noticed is men ask me that question, what do you bring to the table? And, you know, it's more about material things. Like, because even the kind of car I drive, like, I've been canceled out just because of the kind of car I drive. I don't drive a luxury car. And it's like, you're not on my level. Like, they're leading with material things, the guys that I've met. And I just still like to get to know people.
So let me ask you something, Natasha.
Yes.
You said the guys you met.
Yes.
Are those the type of men that you want to be with?
After talking to them, no.
Okay, stop there. Mm-hmm. And it's as simple as that. Because if they're canceling you because of the kind of car you drive, you should take that as a blessing, that I figured out who you was up front. I figured out exactly who you are before we did anything that I can't take away and I can't get back. So truth be told, that's one of the best things that could happen. I would rather that situation than to get 6 months, 7 months down the line and find out that this nigga's a creep and he wasn't worth them 6 months of mine. He wasn't worth my body. He wasn't worth all them late night phone calls. Like you should be counting your blessings.
I am, because I took your suggestion. I'm getting back out there, and I just want to run because it's tough. You know, it's really tough, and you know, I just have to keep going without the notion that I fouled out and I'm in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? I don't believe that, but that's how it's feeling. Like it's a dirty game, and that question comes up a lot. Like, what do you bring to the table? And it's like a process of elimination from the beginning. Like, people don't get to converse and hold hands and crack jokes and just organically get to know people to see what they bring to the table. You'll see if she's a homebody. You'll see if she's motherly. You'll see if he's a leader. Like, you'll see these things as you date people. But it's so automatic nowadays that it's scary. Like, I thought I knew somebody. Like, I thought I knew this guy, and then it turns out he got a roommate, and he was living with a girl, and then he was living with his brother, and then it was just like, damn, like, huh? But I didn't ask him, what do you bring to the table? But from the surface, he told me who he was. Like, he jumped out the window. I'm a father, I'm a this, I work 2 jobs, and blah, 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 blah. And all the important shit was left out. Like, I didn't find out till 9 months later, you know, what it really was. So I don't know how to get past the find out what it really is kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Ask the questions. Ask the questions. Ask the questions that are important to you. That's how you get past it. Ask the difficult questions. And truth be told, you know, because it goes both ways. And Rich is very quiet. I'll make this very short. But if I ever asked a woman, you know, what do you bring to the table, and she run down how much she make, she run down her title at her job, she run down how many degrees she has, she run down what kind of car she drives, it cut both ways. It instantly, for Sean, I can't speak for no other man, you said you bumping into me, that matter. But for any real man, I would be like, lose my number. Hey, lose my number, and this date ends early. But go ahead, Rich.
Nah, I think that this is what I think. I think that when the question has been asked so many times, people almost know how to respond to it. So now they're telling you what you want to hear or what they think you want to hear. But Sean is right. This is where you flip it. Because now you're telling me what you think I want to hear, but you don't even know me to know what I want to hear. So what you really telling me is what you deem to be important. Like he said, if you ask a woman what she bringing to the table, she run down salary, she run down car, how many pair of Gucci's, shoot Louis Vuittons and all that other stuff, Hermes belts and shit. If she start running down to you all that stuff, then you know that's not the woman for you. But she told you what she thought you wanted to hear. She told you what she thought was going to impress you. So when these dudes are talking to you and they don't want to care about your being a motherly instinct or who you are as a person or what you bring to the table mentally or who you are, if you let a motherfucker answer the question enough, they're going to give you the answer. No matter how many times they try not to. If you ask the question different ways, they're gonna give you the answer that the real answer, no matter how hard they try not to, because it's gonna come out. And I'm a full believer in what you said, getting to know people, doing that, hanging out, not asking those questions, letting your actions speak louder than your words. But I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's relationships anymore. I don't know if that's relationships anymore, because what becomes popular becomes the gospel. And finding out what somebody brings to the table within 5 minutes of meeting them is what has become popular, because people act like their time is of such an essence that they can't invest in anything because I don't got time for that. I'm too busy. I'm too hot. I'm too this. I'm too that. But the reality is the best way to get to know somebody is to get to know somebody.
I asked the guy, all I want to do is just watch the game with somebody. And he thought that was so corny. I ain't got time to be watching no game. And I'm like, that's an automatic no. If you don't like sports, watching a game is corny. Like, now I'm the corny girl. Like, all the things, like, I got to want to pop bottles. Oh, can we go to the club and get a table? I don't drink. I don't want to be at no table popping bottles. You know what I mean? Like, this is the norm. Grown men. So I just have to keep looking. I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep listening. So I have to come on here and tell y'all no wild shit. So appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
All right, Mama.
Bye.
Yo, the dating world is really fucked up, Sean. This world that we live in is really a mess, bro. It really is a mess. Ebony Hardin, Feeling Myself. I think her name is Feeling Myself. Ebony Hardin.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Can
Evan, you taking a
you hear me?
nap, man?
Yeah, I just got off work, but I wanted to speak to the conversation that you all were having. First, I think that, you know, somebody even asking, like nobody's never asked me that question, and I've never asked anybody that question because I feel like it has a negative connotation behind it. You know what I mean? First and foremost, it's like I'm looking for something, I'm searching for something, true enough, but it's like, why not just get the, you know, build a connection with somebody off character, and you know, you'll see, you ask simple questions like, well, what do you like to do, or what do you think a relationship should be about, you know, like I think the wording is kind of negative when you asking somebody, what do you bring to the table? And I think that that's an issue, and that's where it becomes like a confliction, like it becomes complicated. You feel offended when somebody actually says that first and foremost. Like I don't get that. But I just wanted to speak on that. But I did want to ask you all a question. Is that okay?
That's what you're supposed to be here for.
Okay. So I wanted to ask a question like, how do men feel about women approaching them? Because I'm traditional in a sense, and I really don't do that, you know, but I don't really have the time to kind of like go out and date. And when I do go out, men typically don't approach me. But I don't feel comfortable with approaching a man because I'm traditional in a sense. I feel like a man should approach a woman, but things have changed. I wanted to know because a girlfriend and we had a conversation, and I feel like when women do that, it gives a signal to a man that a woman is thirsty or either desperate. She disagrees, but her situations turn out kind of bad when she's done that. So I'm asking men, like, what is your take on when a woman approaches a man?
Sean?
Rich?
I don't feel no way about a woman approaching me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just vainglorious, cocky, arrogant, and all the above. But I just feel like as a person, as a human being, you see what you like and you should approach it. I don't think that a woman coming to me, there's a difference between a woman coming thirsty and a woman coming genuine. A woman coming over and, hey, you're attractive. Hey, I saw you across the room. I'm about to leave. I wanted your number before I'll go. Whatever the case may be. That's not what comes off thirsty to me. What comes off thirsty to me is the girl who wants to come over and she's like, what you buying me to drink? Yo, well, we having a 5-second conversation and she's like, yo, so we shoot me shots? That comes off as thirsty to me. In 2023, what used to be thirsty is not so much thirsty anymore. I think a woman is in the age of empowering women, in the age of going after what you want, in the age of being confident and being in a place in your life where you feel good about yourself and your self-esteem is at a point where you can approach. That's really what it's about. People with low self-esteem are scared to approach people. That's the bottom line. People with low self-esteem come to you and they feel like they need to be approached because not only are you approaching them, but you're also helping them with their self-esteem. You're making them feel validated. Oh, this nigga came up to me. Oh, oh yeah, I'm hot in the club. I got 10 niggas is trying to buy me drinks. 10 niggas is coming up to me. That's not what's validating anymore. What's validating now is that you're a grown woman. You know what you want. You saw somebody across the room and you walked over to them and said, hey, can I buy you a drink? Hey, what we doing? Hey, my name is such and such. I saw you from. Nobody thinks that that's thirsty. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's your insecurity. That's your insecurity. There's a way.
The reason why.
What men deem thirsty today is the chick who walks over to them and is like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Yo, what you buying me to drink? That's thirsty. Literally and figuratively.
Okay. The reason why I said that because the situations that she's been in, that she's actually, you know, she's done that. The men, they want her to, it's like they want her to take care of her. Like now, role.
I'm gonna give you the bottom line. Go ahead.
I'm just saying
it's like the role has reversed, and in every situation that she's been in, they are looking for her to, it's kind of like they playing with her, or she got played type of deal, because now they feel like, I mean, they're coming off like they want her to do, like, they didn't respect the fact that she, you know, approached them. Maybe it's those particular men, I don't know. But with the situations that she's been in, it's like they've played her, and now she thinks differently. Like, no, I don't think that that's something that you should do. First she was like, yeah, you should, I've done this, but now she's coming to a place where she feels like she shouldn't have done that. And that's why I was asking, because I've never done that, and I was just wanting to know. But okay, what's your thoughts, Sean?
Hold on, Rich, you had some thoughts,
Now,
no?
I just had real quick. I think she should look at how she leads. What is she leading with? See, men aren't stupid. You lead with something that you can lead with something that exudes confidence, and I'm a woman who knows what I want. Or you can lead with like a dude. A dude can lead with, I'm a guy who's confident and knows what he wants and is asking you. Or I can lead with, I'm a trick. Niggas lead with, I'm a trick. They do that all the time. Women lead with, I'm a trick. You can be a woman and still be a trick, you know. It's how you made that man feel. Like, if you go to that man with just an air of confidence about yourself, they're gonna respect it. If you go to that man, like that woman, if you go to that man like, yo, I got this, I got that, this is what I'm sitting on, this is who I am, this is what, they're gonna look at you like that.
But
so,
she never stuck her chest out. She never came around like, oh, okay, well, I made 6 figures. This was never a topic of conversation when they got around her.
I didn't say it was a topic of conversation. I didn't say you went. I didn't say you led with, I made 6 figures. It's how you lead. It's your energy. I lead with confidence. I lead with, this is who I am. I lead with something simple. People are not stupid. People judge people. People read people. If you lead with something in a mouth and somebody's looking at you like this is who you are, then they're gonna treat you like how you came at them. If a woman leads, if a man leads with a woman, like he goes to them, he might not say, yo, baby, I got all the money in the world, I got a car outside. But if he comes off like that, she's going to read into that, and she's going to treat you accordingly. And even if she don't read into it, she still might try you and treat you accordingly. So it's not about going out and saying, oh, I got a 6-figure salary, oh, I'm this, I'm that, with your chest out. It could be just you come off like a sugar mama. In which case you need to assess how you approach it.
That's what I'm asking. Like, how did you get that from that? If you're saying that somebody who should be confident, you're contradicting right now, well, the way I'm processing it, because first you said that somebody should be confident enough, and it's my insecurity because I don't choose to, walk up to a man and I feel like they should approach me. It's nothing about, oh, I'm bad and he needs to come to me. I'm just traditional in the sense of, I think that a man, I would prefer if a man would approach me than me approaching a man, because what I've been exposed to and what I've seen, that the men who my girl, she has approached men, and it's like the role has reversed. Like, they don't respect her with the decision that she made to approach them, because maybe she got impatient, or maybe she got tired, or we don't know what it was, but she approached them. And so now she's in a boat where they feel like the role has reversed. And it's not that she stuck her chest out. When they came around her and she allowed them in a space, and they saw her for who she was, based on things, it just kind of, it just seems like they don't respect when a woman approaches them.
Sean, you have a word? I want to, go ahead.
You want to what? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, what's up, Ebony, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
I got a couple of thoughts, and I do want to get one more caller in before the night's over and we come into the close. So I think you're confusing issues. So I'll start there. Matter of fact, I'll start in a different place. Your original question was about approaching a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to approach a man with the energy of I'm interested in you. You can just approach a man with a compliment. What he's wearing, oh, that's a nice shirt. It opens the door. If you watch this show, and I don't know how long you've been with us, but there's a great friend to the show is Antoinette. She was on earlier. She noticed Rich loves Dunkin' Donuts coffee. She always makes sure he has Dunkin' Donuts gift cards to buy his coffee. It prompts conversation. Not saying she's interested in Rich, but Rich loves Antoinette. He loves talking to Antoinette. If somebody is in the office and you work together, you don't have to approach them, I'm interested in you. Sometimes it's just as simple as you walk by them and every day you know that, oh, you got such and such on your desk. I visited there last year. It prompts conversation. So when you say approach somebody, I don't know what that means, because I don't look at a woman that quote unquote approaches me, any less than a woman who doesn't approach me. And truth be told, Sean, I would prefer a woman open the lines of communication. Show me that she got a sense of humor. Show me that she's even open to me communicating with her, especially in this Me Too world we live in. Like I don't have a problem with it, but where I say you're confusing issues, maybe your friend is just choosing these men wrong. Like your friend is not getting run over because she approached the nigga. She getting done poorly. She's getting done bad because once she does get that line of communication open, maybe she's rushing too quick. Maybe she's not asking the right questions. Maybe she's not taking her time before giving up the box or before getting into a situation, and men then are looking at her like she's thirsty. One has nothing to do with the other, and don't confuse the two. She's choosing poorly because it feels like she's moving quickly. Because if she just put the brakes on and got to know a nigga, she probably would be like, yo, we ain't gotta be like, you cool, but we ain't gotta be nothing more than friends. Like, you great as a friend, but I can't see like even if she ain't tell him that, she telling her girlfriends. Like I approached him and we laugh, we joke, he's funny, he's this, but the more I get to know him, he definitely ain't the right one for me. But he's a good friend. I love being around him. He's the life of the party, this, that, and the third. So maybe she should know how to put the brakes on. And she's convoluting these issues, thinking that because she opened the door of communication, men are taking advantage of her. No, men are taking advantage of you because you're moving too damn quick and you're not asking the right questions, and you're not getting the proper information up front before you cross a line that you can't get back over. But that's just my thoughts.
And I'm gonna follow that up real quickly because Sean just hit it on the nose. So while you thought I was contradicting myself, that's what I'm saying. If you walk up to a man and you exude confidence and you start a conversation, he's not automatically going to assume that he can take advantage of you. That's not the reason he's taking advantage of you. So walking up to a man and exuding confidence and starting the conversation is putting your insecurities down and doing what you want to do and going after what you want. It's what happens after that. And that's what Sean just said. So essentially that's why I wanted him to go, because for some odd reason, I knew he would clarify. What happens after that initial meeting is what lets him think, oh, I can do her. I can do her dirty. Oh, she let me do this. Oh, she let me do that. So it was not the initial meeting in the club or the conversation that happened within the first 5 seconds. It was what happened after that that allowed him to think, she approached me in the club, and then A, B, C, D, E, and F. Oh, yeah, I got one. oh yeah, I got one. The same way a woman, just because I walk up and say, hi, how you doing? Hey, what's up? What happens after that is what lets her know who I am. That's why I said it's how you lead. You lead. So it wasn't a contradiction. There's two separate levels to this.
Okay.
You start the conversation, and that takes, it's hard for a man. If you ever watch Hitch, Will Smith was the relationship guru. And the nigga said, it's hard. It's hard for a man to walk up to a woman and just say, hi, I like you. I like you. That's difficult. It takes guts, and it takes intestinal fortitude because you don't know what the hell that response is going to be.
Okay.
Now, what happens after that
Okay.
is what happens.
Okay. So basically, you all don't think that a woman approaching a man is a bad thing.
No. 2023, no.
Okay.
Nigga, I don't care if it was 1923. If a woman come up and tell me I got a nice shirt on, or a woman come up and ask me if I saw such and such show last night, that just opens the door to communication. How is that a bad thing?
Okay.
This is just what it is. But anyway, I want to get one more call on the phone. You look like you're going to bed anyway. See you later, Ebony.
Right.
See you next week, bro.
All right,
All right.
Rich, we give it one try. If it don't work out, it ain't meant to be. So choose
This
wisely.
is crazy because I got 33 people in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Choose wisely,
I'ma
my
try
brother.
with- This name just sounds like a good name to me. Siobhan Jones. Siobhan Jones. Siobhan Jones. All right. So maybe she's not in the room. Or maybe she is in the room. I gotta X her out. All right. Boom. Now we can go to Loretta Williams. Loretta Williams. Who said they was trying to get in?
Listen. Okay, we got Loretta.
All right, Loretta. What's up, mama?
I don't want to speak back to the last caller, but I'm like,
We can't hear you.
you can't hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
It's going in and out. So bring the phone close to you.
What about now?
Let's try. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I was saying I don't want to talk bad about the last caller, but I feel like she has a difficult time understanding certain things because as I'm watching, and I have my question after the statement, but as I'm watching, I'm just like, I think everything you're saying is like clear. You know what I mean? Like a man, I think it's A Boogie. He did a song with somebody who was like, I always saw the thotty vibes in her, but I never would say shit. I feel like men are smart. You know what I'm saying? Like they know when you know, like, yeah. So anyway, well, my question, do you feel like, and I hope this is a good one, do you feel like loyalty and love is overrated? I feel like, which one would you rather, love or loyalty? Which one would you prefer, love or loyalty, and why?
In a relationship? In a man-woman relationship?
Yes, oh, yes, love, loyalty, any relationship, like friendship, relationship, mother and child, anything with the ship in it.
Listen. I think you're confused here. Those two words come as a package deal. That's like having a woman come to you with a child. Like nigga, you take me, you taking my child on. I'm not gonna disown my child just because I'm in a relationship with you. It don't work like that. Love, anything with a ship on it, love and loyalty, them two words is intertwined. So I'm not gonna pick one because in my friendships, I expect both. In my intimate relationship, I expect both. So I think that when you start separating, you start setting yourself up for hurt. You start setting yourself up for disappointment. So that to me, there is no separation of those two words.
With somebody that basically told me it was like a debate for loyalty. because someone can love someone and cheat, but once you have that loyalty there, it's like you, if that makes sense. What do you think, Rich?
I'm 100% there. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so that might be part of the problem.
The problem.
No, listen to this. No, listen to what I'm saying. No, just respectfully, right? Respectfully. I think that now people are in relationships where they don't get a whole relationship. So people are now settling for the man who cheats on me, but the nigga takes me out and takes me on trips. The man isn't loyal. He loves me and he loves me to death, but he's not loyal to me. He fucks a bunch of bitches, but I know he's gonna come back to me. See, that's the problem, is that people are now accepting pieces of relationships and trying to make it seem like it's a relationship. When the relationship is what Sean just said. You can't have love without loyalty in a relationship. I'm not a freaking car. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a object. I'm a person, and I need love and I need loyalty. So no, you can't love me to death and feel bad when you do bad shit to me, but come home and say, oh, I love you, I'm sorry. Or no, you can't be a person that's not going to do anything bad to me, but at the same time, you don't love me. And the only reason you treat me like this is because in your mind, you're like, oh, he's a good guy. I don't want to hurt his feelings. I'm loyal to him, but you don't love me. And I know I don't need to be in this relationship if you don't love me. So if you're looking at me and the only thing you're saying is, he's a good dude, I don't want to fuck him over, so I'm gonna refrain from doing the things that I really want to do in my life because this dude is a good guy. I don't want that. I want you to say, I'm not doing the shit that I want to do out here, or I'm not doing the shit that's coming across my desk because I love this nigga and I'm loyal to him, and ain't nothing worth me hurting him and losing him because this is where I want to be. That's it.
So I have a question. I'm gonna hang up. Why did you ask my age, and why did you say that's a problem?
I just told you why I asked your age. I asked your age because in this day and age, people are taking pieces of relationships. Oh, he treat me good, but he don't love me. But he treat me good.
You was just making a general statement. You wasn't singling me, right?
No, I don't know you to single you. See, now
I asked because I'm very wise. That's why I asked, because I know I also learned that age is nothing but a number. But I do understand where you're coming from.
No, but how? But if I don't know you, how could I make a blanket statement about you? I'm making a blanket statement about what is going on in today's relationships. Which is why the problems that we have right now with relationships is because people are saying things like, the nigga buys me stuff, but he don't love me. Or the nigga does this for me, but I don't really need to be like, that's what's today's relationship. If you go anywhere, I'm not making a blanket statement. I'm just going about what I see every day. So you might be the exception to the rule, but why is Krishan Rock still staying with Blueface after all the stuff he does? Why is these are relationship goals for the 30-year-old though, right? It's not you, but for the masses, all I go is by the masses. It's too hard for me to single you out. Let's just say that. It's too hard for anybody on this podcast. It's too hard for me and Sean to single you out, people that we have known for literally 3 minutes. So we go, we speak in terms of the masses.
Okay. All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you for accepting.
All right, Mama.
Good night.
Thank you, girl. Next week, 7:30, Wednesday.
Sean.
All right, it's over, Rich.
Sean.
Yes.
A lot of people in this chat, man. Y'all, so listen, yo. Y'all know we start this every day, every Wednesday at 7:30. Y'all know me and Sean start every day at 7:30. Y'all know we let the questions in. So please, I don't know if it's the West Coast thing. It's 7:14 now, so the West Coast is home. I don't know what it is, but here we are, 10:15. Sean's getting ready to turn into a pumpkin.
Listen, I already know his plate just arrived. Shout out to the Boys Club. Shout out to Sean Prez with your Vlad interview, Murphy Lee. Make sure y'all go tune in for that. And for the interest of time, I'm going to just keep it quick and simple. And y'all can answer it next week if you want. my first question is, with piggybacking off of the conversation that was happening with the bro code and all that, does it, and making it more personal to my situation, because my fiance passed away, if I bumped into someone that we knew from back then, maybe 5-10 years from now, would I be wrong if I talked to the guy?
Okay, here's the deal. You really are about to be the co-host of this show. I'm jumping off because I'm going to eat. You and Rich are going to invite more people into the call. Rich, holla at me later. Asby, I love you. See y'all later.
I need your input next week, Prez.
Yo, Sean, you know Sean is starving at 10:15, but yo, the
And listen,
instant
I seen him look over when that plate arrived, so I already knew what time it was.
Oh, you saw it? You saw him with the plate?
And I didn't see him get the plate, but I could tell that's what was going on because his whole head just went that way. I was like, oh, that must be the food.
Yo, I'm gonna answer this question, then we're gonna get off for the week.
Okay.
We really got to figure this West Coast thing out because 10 o'clock, we might have to change it, and Sean need to eat at 8 o'clock, and we start later or something. But we got to figure that out. We'll figure that out moving forward.
Yeah.
This is funny that you asked that, and I wonder if Katie's still on here because a person who was dating someone who's now deceased, and you're asking if dating someone that person knows or that y'all knew, that y'all have a common friend, and you start dating that person. First of all,
Like, is that violating bro code on his friend's part for even showing interest in me? And would I be wrong if I entertained it? And I'm talking, like, it's not like, this is not a situation where the person is alive.
it's hard. It's hard because you know what's crazy is that what's hard about that is that I feel like if I have a girl and she passes away and one of her girls steps up later on, then I feel like I don't know that I could do that.
So time doesn't mean
What
like
kind of
make
time
the
are we
difference.
talking about?
Well, for me, my fiance has been gone for 6 years now. So let's just say 4 years from now, which would make it 10 in totality.
You're talking
If I'm
hypothetical. So in 10 years, if you bump into somebody that your boyfriend knew back in the day, 10 years, y'all are whole totally different people 10 years later. And quite frankly, not because of any other reason, no disrespect to anybody, but in 10 years, if you're still mourning a nigga in 10 years, then that's something wrong with you. I'm not saying don't look back and reflect on good times, but at the same time, I just always, in my heart of hearts, I just always feel like somebody who's trying to talk to me after my girl passed away, and that was my girl's friend, that means that they probably wanted me while my girl was alive, or my man was alive. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm a woman, then if my man was alive, you looking at me now, and now you just, because that was, you were lusting after me when that nigga was alive. I just feel like that. I can't holler at somebody. You could, because now, I'm going to tell you where the love comes in. If you're my girl, if I'm your man's friend and he passed away, I'm looking at you like, sis, I'm looking at you from a perspective, I need to watch out for my man's girl. I'm never going to look at you like, that makes it even more for me that I can't touch you. Now I got to look at you like you sis. I got to look at you like I got to protect sis. I'm never going to let nobody fuck with her because that's my man's girl. And he passed away and he's no longer here to take care of her and be the rock. So now I got to be the rock. But that's not sexual. That's not relationship. That ain't me and you kicking it. That's me looking at you like, yo, that's my sister. That was my nigga's girl. He loved her. He left this earth and can no longer do the things that he needed to do as a man because he's no longer on this planet. So now I got to look at you from another one. And if a man look at you any different as your brother, I got to call that nigga and be like, I don't know about him. I feel weird about him. Because that nigga was looking at you while you was with your mans, thinking that, damn, I need to get in where I fit in. And it just so happens that your man passed away, and now I'm taking the opportunity. That's whack. That's whack. A nigga should look at you like you sister, like you little sis, and protect you like you little sis. Period.
So if he shoot his shot, he's a sleazeball.
If he's shooting his shot, 10 years later, y'all different people. 10 years later, he probably ain't even thinking about that man no more. Just being real. 10 years later, I can't say that he wrong or right. I'm just saying from Rich's perspective, if you was dating my man, you are little sister. And ain't no time been to lapse where you ain't gonna be little sister. So in 6 years, in 10 years, in 50 years, if we still on this planet together, I'm gonna look at you like little sister. I'm gonna look at you like the way I looked at you at that funeral, and I ain't never gonna have no motherfucking weird thoughts about you, because in my mind, you will always be such and such's girl. You will always be his girl, and I will always treat you like you his girl, because he my brother. So that whole Stevie Faith shit, creep shit. So I keep seeing people keep typing Stevie and Faith. And I don't even know Stevie's relationship to Big. They wasn't friends. I don't know that they was friends. So I don't know how to treat that relationship. But since y'all keep typing it, I will address it. If he was Big's friend, which I don't know that he was, I wish Sean was still on because he could probably answer that better than me because he was around longer than I was. Then yes, if you marry your man's ex-wife and you were his friend, that's some creepy shit. Period. I don't give a fuck. Take it how you want to take it, nigga. So if that was the situation, then that's what the situation is. If you were married to my friend, you will always be sis, and I will look at you the way I looked at you at that funeral for the rest of your life. The way you was in that funeral crying and mourning your man, I will look at you like that's my little sister, and she needs my help, my guidance, my friendship. I will never look at you 5 years later like, damn, that's got a fatty. I'm not doing it. That shit is Richie. But go ahead as we close this out because I'm about to turn into a pumpkin too.
All right. Y'all know what it is. Every Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. It's the Boys Club.
Tomorrow, this will be up on all streaming platforms. We will get it popping. I'm about to put it on my IG Live now, so y'all can watch it, whatever you missed. If you want to watch it tomorrow, it'll be on YouTube, Spotify, All Hot Music, all the different websites. That's what Sean says every week. But yo, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. I hate that every week at this time, we get a rush.
It starts to get popping.
We get a rush. So we have to figure that out. So y'all bear with us. I know it's been a year, but we're still trying to figure this thing out. We might have to start later and end later. So with that being said, 7:30 p.m. Eastern every week. It's the Boys Club. Wednesdays, Rich Dallas, Sean Prez, Yana.
And your girl, Ivy.
All right.
All right.
All right.